Dungri Project. Uttarakhand, known as Dev Bhumi or land of the gods, because of the various religious places and pilgrim destination it houses that are regarded as the most sacred and propitious areas. Sadly, however, Uttarakhand faces a serious problem of migration out of the hilly areas, leaving many villages solely in the care of women and the elderly. In fact, it was this problem in the 1980s which became the driving force for the demand of a separate state. Everyone hoped that the new state would prevent outward migration by providing better employment and education opportunities in the hills.
यहाँ सबसे बड़ी समस्या एक शिक्षा एवं स्वास्थ्य संबंधी अनेक पेयजल संबंधी समस्याओं से लोगों को काफ़ी परेशानियां होती हैं.
And this is a big problem of our entire district, especially Dungri, because the youth of Dungri, although educated, they do not have any source of income over here.
However, the focus so far has been on only plain districts, and so the problem persists. The only change being it is now intra-state. To address this problem, the Friends of Round Square, who have worked in many international projects, came up with the idea of working for the people of the hills by building a community training center in Dungri Village in Pauri Garhwal, so that in future this center can run some skill development program for the people of Dungri with the help of the local government, Doon School and Round Square schools. Mr. Manish Joshi, an old boy, was of great help in choosing the village, organizing land and logistical support for the project. Our group of friends from Canada, Australia, Singapore, UK and India raised funds to pay for building materials and other resources. Moreover, they were willing to work under tough conditions and stay in cold Himalayan nighttime temperatures. On 28th of December, the group congregated in Doon and left for Parsunda Khal the next day. After an eventful 6-hour journey by bus, we reached our camp at Gadka Margaon, where we would work and live for 9 days. Our journey took us past incredible scenery, along a very long and winding road through the mountains. Stunning views of snow-capped Himalayan mountains awaited us at every turn. On the 30th, we had a very early start. The sun rises early here, and after breakfast, we set off to the 10-minute drive on our new, precarious mountain road through the pine trees, past monkeys and sheep and terraced fields over towards Dungri. We were stopped at a small bridge by 2 local men carrying drums who insisted that we walk behind them in a procession to the village. What a great start! After a brief inauguration ceremony, we moved to the building site. The building was designed by 5 undergraduates from IIT Roorkee, who also volunteered labor for 3 days at the work site. One of them was Adarsh Lanka, an old boy.
While at school, I had been heavily involved in social service projects like these organized by Round Square. A few friends of mine have also come for this project in Dungri. So far, they've liked the experience, of community service and staying in tents.
Here we shifted huge piles of bricks, mud and rocks to fill in the foundations. The main frame of the foundation, along with reinforced pillars, had been completed before we arrived by a hired team of local builders. Our job for the day was to completely fill the floor with mud and rocks. We wound up the day after a huge amount of hard labor under a fierce sun and traveled back to the camp for a warm bucket shower and another great evening of storytelling around the campfire while the grass froze around us. Day 2 began with leveling the floor with mud and rocks, a very labor-intensive job that requires a lot of people and a lot of time.
Round Square is a membership organisation of over 200 schools that are based all over the world. And so I find myself here in beautiful northern India in the Himalaya foothills with an international group of people. And we've collaborated with our Indian friends, hosted by the Doon School, to bring this international group together and build this vocational training centre for Dungri Village.
Doon School is heavily involved in social service project from inception of the Round Square, in fact inception of the school.
And this particular time, the Dungri Village in the Pauri is blessed to have the privilege of this team visiting over here, making a community hall.
Over the subsequent days, we made a huge amount of progress thanks to the tireless work put in by the team. The lovely thing was that every day we would be joined by more and more villagers who would find themselves some work to help, while some would sit around and laugh and talk to keep up morale. Over this period, we laid and leveled the floors, built up brick layers for the wall up to 7 layers and 3 columns of stone to support the retaining wall. We now awaited the finishing of the roof struts before doing the final flooring. 6 January 2018 was a mixed day for our group. We were determined to make the very most of our time on the work site, but it was tinged with sadness in the knowledge that we would be leaving Dungri soon.
यहाँ हम सब मिलकर के एक साथ काम कर रहे हैं और गांव वाले बहुत ही खुश हैं और उन्हें बहुत ही प्रसन्नता हो रही है.
For us, service is at the heart of educational ethos. I'm immensely delightful to participate in this Round Square International Service Project 2018.
Our scheduling had been perfect and the work for us unskilled labourers was over, except to tidy up the site and wander through the village one last time. The village gathered together and gave us an emotional farewell. The children sang for us 3 or 4 lovely local songs, and then the women got up and invited us to dance in a circle with them. On a final note, none of this would have been possible without the incredible support from all those who donated money to make the building possible, or without the fantastic team in India who organized the logistics. All smiles, full of energy and kindness. Literally anything is possible in their hands. Manish Joshi and his lovely family and the staff at Camp Garuda took such good care of us and are instrumental in overseeing the final work at Dungri Village. Finally, thanks to our wonderful team of adventurers from the UK, Australia, Singapore, India and Canada. You provided warmth, laughter, generosity and incredible friendship.
How nice it would be to meet some local villagers and to work with them and help and develop.
It's a great service project and I'm really enjoying being here.
Yes, it's been a great joy.
So thank you for having us.